What about you, Michael? You remember this garden? Where it was like we were counting the tiles inside of here. Kristen, what are you up to? Do you remember what we did here? We were counting the number of tiles for this garden. It was like some certain size. Well, what about in your homework? Yeah, kind of. What about in your homework? We had this question about window panes. And how many strips of wood you need to go around these window panes. Did you guys do this problem? Oh, it was 7. Yeah, I mean, when it was 2 window panes, it was 7. But how did you get 7?
All right, here you go.
Who did this? Okay, Hector, will you come up here?
No.
I want you to count to 7. Not using your fingers, but can you label these up to 7? No, you don't have to. I'm just asking so I can see like how you counted to 7. You don't like black. Okay. 1. Oh, those are just like marks. I want you to put numbers. To put numbers. Yeah, don't make a noise. It's for a reason. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Thank you so much. So, what if I was to make it longer? What if we made it like the 3 window panes? Did you guys do that problem also? I mean, did you do this also? Yeah. What did you get? You don't remember? 9, 10. Well, let's count them. I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this same method. I'm going to use this same method. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I agree it's 10. So the question was, what if you were to make it really long? We don't know how long, but it's like a bunch long. How can you know how many strips you need? Before we do that, I want to. Well, you can't. You don't know how long it is. It's like there's like n window panes now. There's not 2 or 4. Do you remember what we did here? We came up with some way of talking about how many tiles there were.
Formula.
Yeah, you like made some formula, right?
Yeah.
Did you guys come up with a formula?
One did.
Juan did? Juan, what was your formula that you came up with?
I put, I don't know if it's right, but I put P plus 3 equals X.
P plus 3 equals X, where X is the number of strips?
S.
I'm sorry. S.
That one box had already been created.
I get what you're saying.
Okay, hold on. Does this expression, thank you by the way, does this expression give the right answer if P is 2? We'll put 2 in for the number of panes. You get 5 is the number of strips, but we found that it's 7 actually. So we need to make some changes to this. Where does the 3 come from? How did you get 3?
Because like if you have one window done already.
Say we have 1 window done already, okay?
And then you put another window, you just have to add 3 more.
I like that answer.
That's what I meant.
That's what you meant? Can we say it's like this? How many do we start with here?
4.
4. And then for every extra window pane, we add 3, right?
4 plus 3.
So 3P, right?
But it's not exactly P because here the number of panes is 2. But certainly it's not 6 plus 4 is 10, you know? Well, that equals S. It's not P. You already took out this one. So I guess you can say it's P minus 1.
There we go.
So here's one. I think this is good. And the reason I think it's good is we have a reason from the picture to give us this. Did anyone come up with a different one? I know you did. I know someone came up with a different one. And the reason I know that is because it said to make a table. And on your table you had, well, if you have 2 window panes, it was 7. And if you had 3, it was 10. Did anyone do for 4?
13.
It was 13. Is anyone seeing some pattern here?
It's just add 3.
So imagine now, just forget about the windows and just look at this table. Can you write an equation for this function?
Y equals
Okay.
3.
3x
Plus.
something. Well, I guess we can go backwards if you want. So you subtracted 3 and you get 4, and you subtracted 3 and you get 1. Okay, so plus 1. Does this agree with what we got with 7 with 10? Yeah, because that's how we got it. So the question is, if this is an equation for the number of strips for how many panes there are, can I replace this with S and P? Is that okay with you? If this is an equation for the number of strips, and that's also an equation for the number of strips, what can we say about these 2 equations? They're equivalent, yeah. And what about this? If I saw that Hector likes to count the outside first, And then count the inside. Can we make another one? Can we make one? This is important now that you listen, I think, because this is going to tell you how to do the next activity. Can someone tell me how we count the outside? Like, we count the bottom. How many are there on the bottom?
3.
Here there's 3, right? So 3. And how many are on the top? 3. And how many are on the left side here?
1.
1. And how many on that side over there?
1.
And how many are in the middle?
Plus 2.
Plus 2. Okay. And what does that give us? That added up
They give
to
you
10, right? 3 and 6, 8, 9, 10. That's 10. Well, what if it's like longer? What if it's really long?
things.
Well, you can do the same thing, right? How many are on top? Say there are n panes.
2x plus.
What's x? There are n panes. How many are on the top?
And
How many strips are there on top?
5.
Oh, remember back to when we made that square bit. If there are n panes, how many strips are on top?
And
1 for each pane, right? Here's one on this pane, here's one on this pane. So if there are n panes, 5.
5 plus 8?
5 plus
And plus
No,
5.
I'm not asking total. How many
And-
strips are just on the top?
1. Wait.
And
minus.
Okay, my question doesn't make
If
sense.
you don't know.
Here's a bunch of panes. There are n of them. And on the top of each pane, there's a strip. So how many total strips are there on the top?
You don't know.
S?
It's n minus something, because there's sides. There's like 4.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it for you guys to think about. Did you guys know about the forum? The forum, where you can post questions, or you can answer questions that I ask in class. Gilbert, have you posted on the forum yet?
No, I
You haven't? There is a forum, and you guys can get participation credit for doing this. So Oscar already started posting on the forum. Oscar will getting like extra. I don't see him. Oh, there he is. Yeah, you guys can post on the forum. Maybe I'm going to send this to the forum. I'm going to ask you guys to come up with like how many strips are on the top here. Well, I technically, yeah, I drew 5 boxes, but you don't know how many strips there are. Okay, there's some number. Anyway, I want you to do activity 6, turn in with your homework, and I want you to do activity 7 now in class. Activity 7 is on the table.
Man.
So activity 7, you guys.